Hey parents, want to find out the number one reason why your child may have plateaued or seen little to no progress so far in PT or OT and is getting further behind in their motor milestones? Is your child still having trouble sitting up, crawling, or walking even months after traditional therapy? Do they tire quickly, slouch a lot, or avoid physical activity altogether? Many parents feel frustrated when these amazing traditional therapies don't seem to work well. But what if the real issue is something that is often overlooked? The true cause of gross motor delays in kids often goes beyond just low muscle tone and a weak core. In this video, we're going to uncover what might be really causing all of these challenges. We'll dive deep into the crucial role of the brainstem and the neurospinal system in gross motor development, and how something called subluxation and sympathetic dominance can often be the root cause of these gross motor challenges, low tone, weak core, and so much more. Now, we see it time and time again in practice when parents come in looking for help with their child's delay in motor milestones after seeing a plateau or even a regression in other traditional therapies, even after months and months of therapy. Now, if this sounds like something that you or a friend is dealing with, dig deep into this video and learn more about the underlying root cause that we all seem to miss all too often. Now, why are gross motor skills so important? Gross motor skills involve whole body movements essential for everyday activities and overall development, primarily using large muscle groups like our arms, our legs, our core. However, an often yet overlooked yet crucial aspect of gross motor development is of the neck and the neurospinal system. Now, these nerves and muscles play a foundational role in coordinating movement and maintaining balance. Now, our nervous system controls everything in our entire body, and areas of stuck nervous system tension, like in our upper neck, can take away from other crucial areas and affect progress with those therapies. Now, addressing this overlooked area can significantly impact a child's ability to develop those strong gross motor skills, ensuring a more comprehensive therapeutic approach to their physical development and helping them achieve important milestones. Now, this is vitally important because in research, gross motor development is positively associated with cognitive and brain development in our growth stages. This makes sense because our nervous system, specifically the brainstem and the spinal cord, are the very first things that develop in utero, which is from the first moments of life. The brain, the central, the autonomic nervous system control every single movement of muscle, our heart beating, our lungs breathing, our food digestion, and so on. Therefore, if we're trying to get to the root cause of any neuromuscular or gross motor problem, we can't solely focus on the muscles. We have to address the neuro part first and foremost so these other systems can improve. Now, this is where neurologically focused chiropractic care is crucial because we can find and locate these areas of stuck tension in the nervous system through our insight scans and then provide treatment to improve those subluxations unlike any other treatment can. Now, how do we know if our child may be subluxated or having delays in motor milestones? We often see these with the cases of the 3 T's, the trauma, the toxins, and the thoughts, being increased in utero and at birth. Now, prenatal stress, anxiety, traumatic birth, breech positioning are all common factors that we see in office, but intervention use at birth is the most common, with use of forceps, vacuum, induction, and C-section being the most common. Now, this can affect our upper cervicals with these types of interventions in these kids that we see with gross motor milestone delays, where it causes like a high or a hypertension tone in these upper neck regions, which causes exhaustion of the nervous system, or low tone in other areas like the core, which is often what PTs and OTs are working with to try to get progression through those motor milestones. Now, this is similar to how us adults get tension in our upper cervicals. It's commonly presented in adults as like a posterior headache or causing tiredness, trouble sleeping, getting comfortable on a pillow, tension underneath the skull, which can over time create irritability, lack of sleep, and all these neurological things that kind of cascade forward. Now, that cascade is how it works with us when we have an already working nervous system and motor system. So you can imagine how that plays on a baby whose nervous system is still growing and developing. So that's what we're trying to do with this, is we're trying to address the root cause of what's going on as the foundation so that it can build on those treatments on top of that so that things can progress through that milestone so we can see a lot of kind of encouragement of the families forward. So this is important for the continued development of the nervous system and the neurospinal system, so the child can continue moving through the stages of head and neck control for latching, moving through sustainable tummy time, learning to roll over, sitting up, using their core, army crawling, regular crawling, and finally furniture cruising, and then getting up and going and walking. And so if your child has been struggling with these gross motor delays and you feel like you've tried everything without lasting results, it's time to take a look deeper and find out if subluxation, excessive sympathetic tone, or things like the lasting effects of birth trauma could still be at play with the kid. If this hits home for you, give our office a call. You can always learn more by visiting the link in our bio for more detailed information about how your child's gross motor function is doing right down to the very core. Once we get those insight scans in office, we can then create a truly customized and fully tailored adjusting care plan made just for your child, and finally get them past that plateau and stuck point and get them back on track with their gross motor development.